Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about the dorsal column. It's also called posterior column or medial lemniscus. The information that goes through dorsal column is tactile information, joint sensation, and vibration. The information goes up or is sensed with your extremity, with your hands and legs, through receptors such as Meissner, Merkel's disc, Pacinian corpuscle, Raffinis ending, muscle spindle, or Golgi tendon organ. I drew this section of the spinal cord here just so we can orient ourselves and see what are the different tracts. So for the dorsal column, we're only going to talk about the fasciculus gracilis, which is the tract that takes the information from your lower extremity up, and fasciculus cuneatus, which takes the information from your upper extremity up to the brain. So let's say that we have our little guy over here, and hands and legs. Okay, so let's talk about the fasciculus cuneatus first. So basically, whenever you feel your joints move, or you sense a vibration, or two-point discrimination, or whatever it is, this receptor here is going to be activated, and it's going to take the information to where its cell bodies are located. The cell bodies for the dorsal column is located in the dorsal root ganglion. The dorsal root ganglion contains pseudo-unipolar neurons, which means that the pseudo-unipolar nerve has two extensions. So what comes from here and the other one goes over here. So let's say that it goes through the spinal cord, and then it's going to go, and then we're going to draw a little section of our spinal cord here. So this is like the gray matter, and then because it is from the upper extremity, it's going to go through our fasciculus cuneatus, which is more lateral. So it's going to travel and go all the way up to medulla. So in medulla, so let's say that this is our medulla. It's going to synapse with its corresponding nucleus called the fasciculus cuneatus. With cuneatus nucleus. So it's going to synapse with its corresponding nucleus called cuneatus nucleus. So here you have your first synapse. Right after it synapses over here, it's going to cross over, with a better word, it's decussate to the other side. So in the medulla, you have your decussation. And the decussation is via these fibers over here called internal arcuate fibers. Okay. After it decussates, it's going to go up, and it's going to enter the midbrain and everything, and it's going to go up. So let's say this is your cerebellum, and this is your cortex, and here you have, let's say, the thing with the dot here is your thalamus, and it's going to go up and synapse in VPL, which stands for ventral posterolateral nucleus of the thalamus. So this is your second synapse, and it's going to travel via medial lemniscus tract. So after here, the information is going to go to your projecting fibers. The two projecting fibers that it's going to go, it's internal capsule and your corona radiata. And after that, it's going to enter your primary somatosensory cortex, and it's going to have its last synapse there. So here is your primary somatosensory. And this would be your third So again, for fasciculus cuneatus, your receptors are going to be activated. It could be any of these receptors. It's going to take the information to its cell bodies located in dorsal root ganglion. It's going to take the information via fasciculus cuneatus. Still, it's ipsilateral. It's on the same side. It's going to synapse at cuneatus nucleus, which is located in caudal medulla. Then it's going to decussate via internal arcuate fibers. It's going to go up in the contralateral side by the medial lemniscus tract. It's going to have its second synapse in VPL in the thalamus, and then via the projecting fibers such as internal capsule and corner radiata, it's going to have its last synapse in the primary somatosensory cortex. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the tract called fasciculus gracilis, which is part of the dorsal column. The main difference between fasciculus gracilis and fasciculus cuneatus is that the fasciculus cuneatus takes the information from upper extremity, fasciculus gracilis takes the information from lower extremity and synapses with its corresponding nucleus. So here in the lower extremity, your receptors are going to be activated because of touch or vibration or joint sensation. The signal is going to go to the cell bodies located in the dorsal root ganglion. It's going to go to the spinal cord. It's going to go up via its tract, fasciculus gracilis, which is more medial, and then it's going to get into caudal medulla and synapse in gracilis nucleus. After that, it's going to decussate via the internal arcuate fibers. It's going to go up via the medial lemniscus, and it's going to synapse. It's going to have its second synapse in the VPL of the thalamus, and then via projecting fibers, it's going to go up and synapse in the primary somatosensory cortex. So again, there is only 3 synapses here, just the same as fasciculus cuneatus. The first one is in corresponding nucleus, decussation. The second one is in the VPL, and the third one is in primary somatosensory cortex.